G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com, an in-depth preview of MLP Miami, as shared by author Jim Kloss. Miami is the next and last regular season stop for Major League Pickleball, or MLP. It begins tomorrow, Thursday, October 24, with several playoff spots and important playoff positioning on the line. With so much riding on these final few matches, the level of intensity should be high. 6 teams make the playoffs, with the top 2 teams getting byes. St. Louis, Dallas, and Texas have completed all their matches, so they won't be in action in Miami. St. Louis and Dallas are in the playoffs, with Texas as a near certain mathematical lock to make it. New Jersey, DC, and New York make up the remainder of the top 6. With New Jersey certain to make the playoffs and DC and New York both controlling their own destiny. On the outside looking in are Arizona and Orlando, both with slim hopes to qualify. Carolina and LA will be in Miami, but neither can make the playoffs. Columbus and Utah have been eliminated and aren't in Miami. New Jersey is in good position. They need to score 7 points in their last 5 matches to ensure a first-round bye. If they can get 13 or more, they will snag the top spot. New Jersey has one relatively easy match against LA. Their other 4 matches in Miami are against the playoff contenders, Arizona, New York, DC, and Orlando. So how New Jersey does in Miami will not only determine where New Jersey finishes, but will also heavily influence the playoff race for the other teams. DC is likely to finish 5th. They have relatively easy matches against Carolina and LA, where DC will look to grab 3 points per match. DC's other matches against New Jersey, Arizona, NY, and Orlando will heavily influence where those teams finish. New York is the bubble team. They probably only need 6 points from their 5 matches in Miami, but they will be an underdog in 4 of those matches. If they go 1-4 in Miami, either Arizona or Orlando could run them down for the last playoff spot. Arizona and Orlando are in similar positions. Arizona enters play in Miami with 2 more points than Orlando, but Orlando has an extra match to play. Orlando and Arizona both play New York, and they play each other. Those head-to-head matches will be critical. There are key matches to watch each day. On Thursday, Carolina with matches against Orlando and DC. The Carolina v Orlando match is key. If Orlando can get 3 points from that first match, it may set the tone for a successful weekend. If Orlando walks away with only 1 point, or even 0, their chances to make the playoffs will be almost nil. On Friday, New York takes centre stage early, leading off the day with matches against DC and Orlando. The NY v Orlando match is critical. If New York wins, even in a dream breaker, New York is likely in the playoffs and Orlando is out. If Orlando can win 3-1 or 4-0 and net all 3 match points while denying any points to New York, then New York will be in trouble. Arizona will have their first Miami match on Friday against New Jersey. It will be a tough task, but Arizona needs a win to build momentum. On Saturday, the big match is Orlando v Arizona. It's hard to see a scenario where the loser of the match can recover. The match is basically a playoff elimination match. The intensity should be at max level for that face-off. Sunday will close MLP Miami. By Sunday, we'll have a good picture on the playoffs. New York v Arizona leads off the day in another must-win match, this time for Arizona. Miami MLP will close with New Jersey v Orlando. It's conceivable that this last match will determine if Orlando makes the playoffs and if New Jersey gets a first-round bye. After Miami, it will come the first round of the playoffs beginning November 1 in Dallas. It looks like St. Louis and New Jersey will get the byes and not have to play in Dallas. St. Louis has been solid all year. Anna Bright, Hayden Patrick, Gabe Tardio, and Kate Fay is a great squad, sending out 4 solid doubles teams and a good dream breaker unit. New Jersey with Annalee Waters, Mari Humberg, Will Howes, and Zane Navratil has been more reliant on dream breaker wings, as their second mixed doubles pair has been somewhat shaky. Waters has had the best record all year of any player. But what has made this team go is the success of Howells. He was picked late, but has given New Jersey top 15 play. Getting a player of this quality late in the draft has been the key to New Jersey's success. Right now, Howells is battling for regular season MVP with Waters and Bright. MLP Miami will be an exciting close to the MLP regular season. Second thing to know, as also shared on pickleball.com, the Utah Black Diamonds 2024 season, a retrospective, as shared by author Will Dorton. At first glance, the 2024 Major League Pickleball season looks like one to forget for the Utah Black Diamonds, or UBD. With 7 Premier level teams still having matches to play, the Black Diamonds have already locked up last place in most metrics in the Premier level standings. But the true story of Utah's season lies beyond the results. It follows a saga filled with trades, financially savvy moves, and big plans for the club's future. Roster turnover. Utah, like all teams, began its 2024 campaign with the draft back in April. After 4 rounds of the dynamic bidding process, the Black Diamonds ended up with a squad featuring Tyson McGuffin, Callie Smith, Tyler Loong, and Alex Truong. Those players seem to be a good geographical fit for the team representing the Beehive State. Smith, Loong, and Truong all reside in Utah, while McGuffin lives not too far away in Idaho. One issue, however, was the dynamic between McGuffin and Loong. They have a long-standing feud, which would have made it difficult for them to share the court together. As a result, the Black Diamonds traded McGuffin to the Orlando Squeeze in exchange for Jay DeVilliers and cash, which we'll discuss later, before their first match of the year at MLP DC. As the matches began, so did the struggles on the court. Utah lost its first 6 matches across MLP DC and the mid-season tournament before trading DeVilliers to the Columbus Sliders in exchange for Connor Garnett. The move made sense on the surface, given that Garnett had previously medalled with both Loong and Truong on the PPA Tour earlier in the year. It quickly paid off as Garnett helped Utah earn its first victory in his opening match with the team at MLP Salt Lake City. The Black Diamonds were much more competitive from that point on, but never really threatened to make a playoff push. Despite being the first team to be eliminated from postseason contention, they continue to be one of the most active teams in the trade market. Right before the trade deadline in late September, the Black Diamonds made 3 moves that ended with Utah trading Smith to Columbus and picking up Jeannie Bouchard a few days later during the final waiver period. Those were the Black Diamonds' final moves before finishing out their season at MLP Las Vegas with a roster of Garnett, Loong, Truong, and Bouchard. Despite a rough year from a standings perspective, Garnett is in it for the long haul in Utah. After being traded, I feel like I found my fit on the Utah Black Diamonds, he shared on social media. We're improving every tournament, and I'm looking forward to next year. Money matters. We can't talk about the Black Diamonds season without mentioning money. Going all the way to the Premier level draft, Utah was the only team not to dip into any of its own money to bid on pick selections. Each team was given 500,000 points to bid with, and the teams could pay to get a maximum of 500,000 more on top of that. The Black Diamonds used only a combined 497,000 on their 4 picks, which might explain why they didn't get to make their first selection until midway through the second round. Now, to how they handled money in trades. Utah received financial compensation in 5 of the 6 trades it executed in 2024. The only one where there was no money on the table was the aforementioned DeVilliers-Garnett deal, which was strictly player for player. On top of that, they also received a $100,000 from the Texas Ranchers for the first overall selection in waiver period 1, which the Ranchers used to add Kwong Duong to their roster back in June. The Black Diamonds certainly won in the financial department. Building for the future, we've established that this year was a tough one on the pickleball court for Utah. That doesn't mean, however, that there isn't reason to be optimistic about the team's future prospects. In July, the team unveiled its plans for the Utah Pickleball Center, which will serve as a training center for the Black Diamonds and a venue for future PPA Tour events in South Jordan, Utah. Utah owner and general manager Connor Pardo reminded naysayers of that reality on Twitter, now known as X, after receiving backlash for the keen interest in money his team has shown throughout the season. He said, "This one is for the UBD haters who are upset about us making trades and being smart with money. Do you know another team that is investing in a $28 million plus home facility? Maybe we care the most." The facility is expected to open in October 2025. In a more recent forward-looking move, the team made longtime pro and pickleball icon Ryan Sherry its head coach. The 2024 season may not have gone the way the Black Diamonds would have liked, but there are plenty of reasons to be excited for Utah going into 2025 and beyond. Third thing to know, as also shared on pickleball.com, Naomi Osaka plays pickleball in Japan. Another tennis star has revealed that they too have experimented with pickleball play. Naomi Osaka, who reached a career high of world number 1 in 2019 and 4-time Grand Slam champion, posted a video on X, formerly Twitter, playing pickleball for the first time. At a gym in Japan, Osaka learns the basic rules like stepping into the kitchen and hitting the ball out of the air at the kitchen line, then plays a quick game of doubles. Though she hits her first ball into the net, Osaka clearly shows her tennis background and easily hits some beautiful ground strokes and masterfully returns a lob, though us pickleball players would have known that the ball was going out. Additionally, it's clear that Osaka has a little bit more of the finesse that pickleball takes. She's gently hitting the ball back and not going for crazy power shots. With great footwork and reaction time, it's clear that Osaka could really excel in pickleball like the other tennis pros who've made the switch. And at the end, Osaka has a big smile on her face even after her opponent hit a shot right to her feet that she couldn't counter. It seems that the pickleball bug might have just caught its latest tennis pro. Paddles up.